2023 saw a lot of very different and unique football boots release, and I was lucky enough to do a review on about 40 pairs of them or so. So I figured, hey, I might as well make a top 5 list of boots of 2023 video. Now, I do want to say before we get into the video that the only boots I am taking these top 5 out of are pairs that I've actually worn. So some models that have released I haven't worn yet, and maybe some of these models came out a few years beforehand that I mentioned, but this is the first time that I actually got a chance to wear them and actually do a review and really get to experience these boots. So if there's something I missed, it might just be for that reason that I just didn't get to wear them. And now we're gonna go through the honorable mentions real quick and get the boots that just quite didn't hit top 5. Adidas Copa Pure Plus, Nike Phantom Luna, Mizuno Morelia Neo 4 Beta Elite, Adidas Predator Accuracy Plus. Number 5 on the list is the Nike Tiempo Legend 10 Elite, and I know it wasn't well loved in the boot community or by a lot of boot heads, but I think it was Nike's best football boot of the year. Now, no leather on the Tiempo is a bummer, but I really don't think of these boots as a Tiempo, even though it's in the name. I feel like this is what the Maestri CTR3 should have been, and it's just better. It fits your foot better. I like the stud pattern better than the CTRs, and I think that this Fly Touch upper is actually better than the Kangalite. And all the colorways are good as well, especially that whiteout prototype colorway, if you want to call it that. That was pretty cool. They've got a lot of cool upcoming colorways, and even the Champions League pack was pretty sick as well. Just on top of that, you have a knit heel, so no real blisters there. There's no real issues or complaints for me, and I didn't really have any problems when I tested these boots out. So, number 5 on the list for a reason. Number 4 on the list is the New Balance Furon V7 Pro. The Furon V7 Pro is one of the best, if not the best, speed boot I have worn to date. The lacing system is pretty cool as well. It has a full knit and kind of hybrid burrito tongue. On top of that, it laces up on the sides and even includes a little bit of ghost laces as well. The sole plate is also one of the most unique sole plates I've ever seen in that it's super aggressive. It's all chevron studs, and it's actually the first sole plate I've ever seen to have every single stud exactly the same, just rotated differently. And honestly, the performance of this boot is better than any of the other brands combined. The upper is very plush, the touch on the ball is great, they're comfortable, the break-in time is very minimal, and the only reason they're not in my rotation more is because I'm just not a very big speed boot guy, but anything else I've tried this year has not come close to the Furon V7 Pro. And I'm hoping that the more pros that actually sign with New Balance, the more players will start purchasing these boots and understanding why New Balance actually is a lot better than Nike or Adidas when it comes to speed boots. Number 3 on the list is the Nike Street Gato. I'm not sure anybody even out there has the Street Gato on their top 5 list, but I had to include it. I think it's the best indoor boot of this year and probably the best indoor boot made in the last 4 or 5 years. I've used this boot so much in the last 12 months. I played futsal in them, I play small-sided in them, I even ref in these, and sometimes I'll even walk around with them day to day. And I think this boot is so good that I actually own 5 pairs of these in 4 different colorways. The outsole is probably what makes this the best. It's kind of dimpled and ribbed. It's really good for a slippery surface on a court. Maybe it's not washed. It's good for a regular court. It's good on concrete, just they wear down a little bit quicker. And you can even wear them on turf or small-sided like I do. It's not going to give you the same grip as a turf boot, but if you don't like wearing turf boots like me, this is the boot to go to. It's also $80, which makes it cheaper than the Lunar Gato or React Gato, which are Nike's more expensive models, and I rate this more than them just based on everything I've said. So definitely, if you don't have a pair of these, you need to add them to your football bag. Real quick, I just wanted to let you guys know that we actually have a website, haltsboots.com, where we sell football boots. And what's pretty cool is we have some old models, some new models, a bit of everything in between, and usually we sell stuff at $100 or more under retail. So if you want to purchase a pair, make sure to use YouTube at checkout for 5% off on your order. Number 2 on our list is the Mizuno Morelia 2 made in Japan. While it is the most recent review that I've done, it's also one of the best boots that I've ever worn. The Morelia 2 is a handcrafted K-leather boot that checks every box that a footballer could want. A very soft upper, they're comfortable, they're lightweight, they're very durable, and there's not much you could hate about this boot. The sole plate is great. It's a more classic conical layout. It's great for grass. It's good for turf. It even has a little bit of rigidity as well and a little bit of snapback. So if you're someone who cares about that, this boot has it. The only real bummer about this boot is they are expensive. They are $320, and They are durable, they're gonna last you a very long time, so I think that price is warranted in terms of the longevity. Up front, it doesn't maybe feel like that, but it's one of the most quality boots you will find out there. Now, Mizuno's not very big in the US, but you will see people who value comfort, quality, and even some boot heads rocking these. So if you haven't had a chance to try a pair of Morelia 2s or any sort of made in Japan Mizuno boots, I highly recommend that you give them a shot. Number 1 on the list, if you know me, if you know this channel, if you've been watching for a while, you know I talk about this boot all the time. It is the Adler Horenzo. The Horenzo was my favorite boot to wear this year. It's K-leather, it's handcrafted, it's low cut, it has a neutral sole plate making it good for grass or turf. Overall, there's everything to love about this boot and nothing to dislike. And I'm not gonna lie, at first, it took a little bit of convincing from some friends of mine for me to get a pair of these. They're a smaller, more niche brand from Japan, and I'm glad I listened to them and got a pair because I've not had an experience as good as this. I would say the Morelia 2, the one right before this, was pretty close, but Adler overall still just takes the cake with their quality. It does share a lot of the same qualities as the Morelia 2. It's K-leather, it's made in Japan, it's handcrafted, has a fairly classic neutral style sole plate, but it's also stitched a little differently. They're a little bit cheaper. I want to say they run you maybe $200 total shipped to the US. They're also durable. They have tons of different colors, and they even have a carbon fiber insert running along the inside on top of the sole plate on the inside of the boot, and it just provides a lot of stability, and it has a lot of that snapback that a lot of people care about too, so that's pretty cool as well. So that's why the Adler Horenzo is number 1 on this list. If you haven't tried out the Adler brand, I highly suggest you do. It's a very cool pair of boots, and they've been getting so popular lately that they've actually been sold out. So once they restock, you need to get a pair. So that was my top 5 boots of 2023 video. Let me know what you guys think. Did I get them right? Did I get them wrong? What should I have included? And also share with me your top 5 boots of 2023 because I'm very interested to see what boots you guys are wearing. And with that, that's all I have for you today. If you like this video, if you like football boot videos, please make sure to subscribe, like the video, and check out the rest of our channel.